Hey guys, in this video we are going over the lacrosse ball posterior shoulder release. So we're going to be working muscles that are kind of all in the back of your shoulder blade here and a little bit kind of up towards the top of the shoulder blade and neck, muscles that attach there. So we're talking about a levator scapulae attachment, some upper trap potentially, you might get some of that, mostly some of these rotator cuff muscles that all sit, and maybe some rhomboids kind of in between those shoulder blades there. I like to start this one in a bit of an easier position, a standing position up against a wall. This is just a basic pillowcase. I like to take this lacrosse ball and stick it all the way at the bottom of that pillowcase. You can also use like a tube sock at home, something like that, but this gives you something to hold on to, right? So I can, I don't have to just hold the ball, right? I can kind of swing it. So this ball is gonna be kind of slung back over my shoulder here. This way I can kind of control it with the pillowcase. And from here, I'm going to kind of let it rest on my shoulder or on the back of my shoulder there. And I'm gonna lean my shoulder up against the wall, okay? So the farther out your feet are, right? So if I walk my feet out, the more pressure I'm putting into this ball and the more I'm gonna feel it in the back of my shoulder blade there. So to start, you can keep your feet kind of close, be a little bit more upright. I like people to start this kind of just to the inside of their shoulder blade, so that medial border where your rhomboids sit, and just kind of play around with it. Again, no jerky movements, right? These are all slow, controlled movements, but you can see how I'm kind of sitting down a little bit and then sitting up a little bit. That allows the ball to roll up as I go down and allows the ball to roll down as I go up. If you find a spot that feels pretty tight, or maybe you feel like there's a bit of a knot or a sticky point there, just stop your movement, hang out there for a little bit, hold on to the pillowcase with your opposite hand, and then take that arm that you're rolling out and do some movements with it. Reach it up over your head while you're putting pressure into that ball. You can reach it forward and back. You can reach it out and in. Different movements will allow you to feel that pressure in different ways. You're helping to get those muscles moving so that you don't have to do too much work moving your body up and down, right? So once you've gone to the inside border, you can then shift that ball a little further out towards the outside of the shoulder and basically go through the same steps, right? Find some sticky points. Find some spots that are a little bit tender. Once you find them, again, just kind of go back to your movements with your arms, reaching overhead, reaching out, right? Reaching up. Again, try and spend at least, like, if you have to break it up into 30-second increments, work up to spending a few minutes on this shoulder and then spend a few minutes on the other shoulder. One more spot you could do is going a little bit higher, kind of right at the top edge of your shoulder blade. That's where your levator scapulae attaches, and oftentimes that muscle can be a big culprit in a lot of shoulder and neck pain, even headaches. So kind of right on the inside top corner of that shoulder blade. And then again, just kind of leaning into it, gauging how much pressure you put by how far away your feet are from the wall. From there, so that's the easy version, that's the standing version. I'm gonna show you a lying down version as well. So go ahead and take that lacrosse ball out. You can ditch the pillowcase. I'm gonna bring the camera down, because now we're getting on the floor. The standing version's easier because you're not putting your full body weight on it. This can be done on the floor where all of your body weight is being put on that ball. So this is kind of a little bit more advanced, but if you feel you need more pressure, more soft tissue release, this would be the next step. But everything follows in the same order, right? So this time you're laying on your back. Take that lacrosse ball, go ahead and place it behind your shoulder. You can, again, start between, like at the very inside edge of your shoulder blade, and just kind of hang out there. Let gravity kind of do its thing, right? So you can see how where it's at underneath my shoulder blade. And so again, once you kind of roll a little bit, but no drastic movements with your body. Once you find a spot that's a little sticky, go ahead and stay there with your body, but move your arms back and forth. Lift up over your head and back, reach out. You can do some rotation, right? Gentle movements, reaching up towards the ceiling. You can see how that shifts my shoulder blade every time I move, right? So it's a little bit more of a gentle way to get the muscles moving under the ball without you having to move your body so much. Again, then you can work your way out towards the outside of the shoulder a little bit more onto that shoulder blade itself and go through the same process, right? Find the sticky spots. Just kind of work around, explore the space. Everybody's shoulder is going to be different. So, you know, where one person might find it sticky in one spot, the other person doesn't, but they find something totally different. So just play around with it and see how it goes. Again, try and spend a few minutes on each side.